What's up, YouTube? You know what? I kind of hated myself for doing that, but it's been 4 months since my last video, and y'all haven't been updated, and I apologize, truly. But have I been doing better? Are the bras still in the back? Yes. But I've decided that I'm not gonna remove it from my background. Let's trademark it because my boobs look good, so why would I remove the culprit? Without these, there's nothing. Let's talk about what happened since that video. He went to 4 parties after that. Actually, he went to a party that night without telling me. I fully lost respect for that motherfucker and for myself for even allowing this to happen. I actually can't believe I let myself go through that. But it's okay, guys. I'm doing way better now. I'm trying to remember. So this was October, essentially, right? Oh, okay. We went no contact again, and I did not message him the entire November. I've actually been going to basketball games in November. I was like a courtside girlfriend, if you will, but I wasn't not dating anybody. I was just seeing and supporting my friend. I still look good, like, oh my god. But basically October we went no contact again because of the whole partying back-to-back thing, but he won't fucking see me whatsoever. I have disclosed that and I have talked about that so many fucking times in the last video that I crashed out, and I'm not gonna crash out again. But I did not talk to him for the whole November. Can I get a round of applause? But then in December, I saw a bunch of TikToks that were like, maybe we get married Wednesday type shit. And I was like, you know what? Let me see what I can do with that information. Best believe I broke no contact. Why? Because my homegirl broke no contact and hers was going so well that I thought, oh, maybe, just maybe, things will get better. Boy, I was wrong. We were texting back to back. It sounded pretty good. He wanted me back. He was yearning genuinely. I blocked him in November, so I did not get his messages, but he sent me screenshots that he has been texting me every other day in November. He was like yearning, and I kind of fuck with that shit because, like, give me a little Conrad, okay? I want, like, I still love you type shit. And I heard that. I literally got that. But, you know, it's just a facade, okay? Spoiler alert, it's just a facade. And it sounded like a relationship vibe. Why? Because we were telling each other that we miss each other. We were telling each other that we love each other. We were actually talking as if we were back together. And he was actually putting in the effort to, like, spend time with me and talk to me. I will tell you guys the things that I did because I'm not the best person, nor am I the best partner. I am a crash out demon, as he called me in, like, Feb, which I will get to that in a second. But I will say that every time he went out again, because the motherfucker did not stop partying, I would still crash out, mama. I would go crazy on a hoe. But what can I do? What can I say? What can I do? But yeah, and we would actually call a lot this time. Finally, the motherfucker was spending time with me, and he was calling me a lot, but I would kind of make a little petty joke here and there on the call. And I think he got fed up. I just kept getting reminded of these women that was in his DMs, that was in his Snap, that he saw in the club. Everything I heard, I just kept bringing it up in the call, and he was like, stop. Just fucking stop it, PMO. And I have never seen a man run away from accountability. Because instead of saying, like, I'm sorry that this has happened, I'm sorry that this is literally traumatizing you, I'll do whatever it takes to get your trust back, he's just like, stop, please, stop. Get over it. Shut up. Literally have some balls and take accountability. That's the first step into getting, like, back into a relationship or fixing the foundation that we have ruined. After that, we tried to see each other, but of course it didn't push through, mama. Why? He just never wanted to see me. Why does the person who claims to love me the most absolutely dreads to see me? Like, I don't understand that part. But it's okay. I'm gonna be so for real. I think I have been so traumatized and I've been through so much in that relationship that I have conditioned my brain into forgetting the mass majority of what happened in the span of the last 4 months. I will give, like, everything off the top of my head, like the ones that I truly remember. New Year's, we were greeting each other, Christmas and New Year's, we were telling each other that we love each other and that we miss each other and whatever. He even called me baby. What that mean? And then I was like, hey, I thought you're not supposed to call me baby. Like, I thought we're not supposed to do that. And then he was like, I just miss my baby. I just miss calling you my baby. Fuck you. And then it was New Year's, like the literal countdown. and I greeted him New Year's, and he told me that he loved me, whatever. It kind of left an impact on me that I'm entering the new year with him, but not like with him, you feel me? And I remember running into my room literally while everyone was outside. It was like fireworks and everything. Kind of felt like a movie. Like someone like Lokirk narrate this shit. I ran into my room and just started bawling, and my mom followed, and she was like hugging me, and she was like, "You wish he was here, don't you?" And I'm just like, yeah, like, oh, it's so stressful. Like, I can't believe that I'm entering this year without him, but everyone thinks that I'm entering the new year without him, but I am entering with him, just not with him. Somewhere in the middle of January, it just didn't work out. I think, I'm just gonna assume that it's the same problem again, that like we kept arguing because I kept overthinking, or I just did not trust him whatsoever. And he took the initiative to leave because he can't handle a serious relationship. Translation, I can't handle that you're always crashing out about my past and what I've inflicted on you. So that is why I can't do a serious relationship anymore. I can't date you. And I was like, well, that's a translation of what he said, basically. So I decided, like, you know what? I'm done too. Like, I can't believe that after 2 years of being with me and 2 years of loving you, almost like longer, Lokirk, he just decides to like say that he can't do serious relationships. Mama, what were those 2 years then? Tell me something about that. I felt so disrespected already that I think it was more okay for me to go. A few weeks after that, I believe I was sent a picture of him and my friend from my past. I was like crashing the fuck out. Why are they like pictured as if they're double dates? Like, it's his best friend and his girl and that girl, like his best friend's girlfriend, him, my ex, and that girl. And I was like, oh. I texted him, I showed him the picture, and I was like, you fucking disgusting loser, you piece of shit. Like, I was crashing out. Okay, that's my bad. I have insane anger issues, and this has been stated in the past few videos. He was calling me a bunch of shit too. Oh my god, I've never seen a man like go actually crazy on a hoe. And that's how you know that you've actually affected them, because oh my god. He was saying, you're not worth my time, you piece of shit. He was calling me a bunch of other words that I must not say in this like video, but he was saying a lot of things to me, to the point where that girl, God bless that girl, I have nothing against her, that old friend of mine came back into my life. We reconnected. She told me everything, like nothing happened. She reassured me and what have you. And a part of her is gay. So I'm like, okay, let's freaking go, period. And we ended up becoming like very close. But that ended up making me crash out more because she's very comfortable into snitching on him. Like, she always snitches on him. She don't gaff about that man, which I love. But oh my god, we weren't in contact anymore, but I still knew everything he was doing. I found out that he's been talking to a girl whilst talking to me, whilst calling me baby, whilst saying that he loved me. He's been talking, snapping a girl. I don't want to name drop, but just know that there's a name. She sounds like a claw, if you will. Apparently, they've been talking on Snapchat, and I don't know, they haven't gone out yet, but they're definitely like in the plans of like seeing each other, something like that. Like, that's basically what I heard. And she is like the friend of his best friend's girlfriend, if that makes sense. So it kind of sounded like almost a two-man, or like a help a brother out situation. I don't even know. She would also tell me that he's been dating around and he's been asking her for advice. This has been like in the span of like late January to early February, okay? I was hearing all about this. She was telling me like, oh my god, you know, he's been getting high all the time, and he's been partying every weekend, every Tuesday, always a different girl, always going on dates. Now he's dating around, not really fucking around, because he apparently has respect, has his boundaries. So he's just like dancing with girls in the club and talking to a bunch of girls on Snap. Like, everything that I've ever had a nightmare about, he literally did that, ma. And I'm telling you, and I've said this in the past 3 videos, that your gut is always right. everything you've ever thought of your ex could do. Mind you, he probably fucking did it and probably did it worse. I knew that he's like a type of guy that needs female validation so badly, but I didn't know that it was this bad. I love being right, okay? But I did not want to be right in this specific situation, but I guess I was. And I felt so bad because during this time, my friend was trying to set me up with this person. Lovely guy, lovely, perfect, literally perfect, such a beautiful man. Oh my God. But I was going crazy because why the fuck are you doing this? Like, why is my ex moving like this? I just lost respect for him and again for myself because I cannot believe that this was all going on while I was like crying to him, telling him that I miss him, crying about him, saying that like I wish things were different. I could have fixed things now, because this whole time I was like thinking like, oh, I feel as if who I am now after those 6 months where we were broken apart, I've evolved into such a, I wouldn't say emotionally mature because baby, we still got a long way to go, but I feel as if I grew definitely, and I would love to have fixed things because I feel like my mindset has changed as well as how I handle situations. And though I may have crash outs, I feel as if I can explain things and communicate properly than I ever did before. And I feel like it would have been a little bit easier to fix certain problems that occurred in our relationship. But while I was progressing in terms of mindset, this motherfucker's head just kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and I wanted to die right there because why are you becoming less of a person, less of a man? And then come to think of it, female validation. Everyone talks about how this girl is boy crazy, this person is male centered. It's so crazy for a woman to be male centered. This shouldn't be the case. I totally agree, but why is no one talking about how boys always need to have hoes? Boys need to go on Snapchat, hook up with this girl, quick add this girl. I don't know how Snapchat works. I don't have Snapchat. I'm very proud to say that. But like, a guy needs to go to the club. He has to get a girl. Like, it's always like a given that if a guy goes out, he's gonna hook up. But it's like not a given that if a girl goes out, she has to find a man. No, we're here to have fun. We're here to pop pussy. We're here to shake ass. Not for guys. They always have to have a drink and a bitch. What has this society come into? And like I said, this has been the society, this has been the generation of men that we have to suffer from and that we have to live with. And I can't believe that my ex fell down that path. And if not, motherfucker's the leader. And I was going crazy. Again, I want to find peace. I told her, like, let's just stop talking about him. There are times where obviously I would ask, that's my bad. Like, I just asked for updates and what have you. But she eventually like stopped telling me because she knew that it was better for my mental. God bless her. I love that girl. I crashed out to him obviously after finding out everything, but he's always calling me crazy, stupid, a bunch of words. Really, he was like laughing about it with his friends. They were all calling me like crash out demon, and they were calling me a bunch of names. But what can I do? I'm gonna take pride in what they called me because dead ass, like, yes, I did that and I'd do it again. Actually, maybe I wouldn't do it again. Imagine just finding out all of this shit. He was doing all of that stuff behind my back, and he made it seem like he never wants to be in a relationship ever again. But he was doing that. He was literally dating around. He just didn't want to be with me anymore. Asked him about it maybe like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, and he told me like, you just drained me. I don't want to be with you, but I want to date. Like, he basically said that he doesn't want to be with me. Me. I'm like, girl, I'm the best girl that you could ever get. What do you mean? But you know what? His loss. Am I right, ladies? And men who watch this, I hope y'all are better than him. That's basically what was going on. I ended up meeting somebody. Not too long after that, I had like one last final conversation with the crazy ass hoe. He was like leading me on. He was basically saying like, I want to tell you something. I know that you have someone else already, but if what I'm gonna tell you, like, it might, like, would it still change anything? Like, would it change your mind if I tell you this? And I'm like, girl, are you serious? You had multiple chances to yearn, to express yourself. I literally told you what you could do to get me back, and you did not do it, mom. It took you a whole different person. It took you, like, me moving on for you to yearn and, like, want me back? What is your issue? You don't want to see me happy. And you keep saying that I deserve better. You keep telling everybody that I deserve better. And once I did get better, you want me to stoop down to your level again? And I just kept saying, like, tell me everything that you need to tell me. And then he just ghosted. Mama, this was recent, by the way. I ended up hearing a bunch of new shit from people around me. His little circle, they all had girlfriends. And then they all broke up. And then they contacted me. And then they were just telling me a bunch of things that he would say during our relationship. Apparently, my ex was calling me fat. My ex was calling me a gold digger. My ex was calling me a bunch of things. And it made me crash out. I was hurting. I was crying. I was just so pissed off. He was calling me all these names behind my back, and I just crashed out, mama. Couldn't resist. I was in the moment, in the heat of everything. Like, my emotions were up here, and I decided to message him, and I was like, can't believe you did this. You are a POS. Everything that he said to me, I just reversed it back on him. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I went as low, and that's my bad. Sorry. I thought that our relationship was genuine. Now I'm questioning everything that we've ever been through. I still am questioning it. I feel like none of it was real. But what can I do, right? What can I do? I'm making peace with that as of right now, as of current. That's what I've been making peace with. I sent him like a really long message, and it was my last message. I don't want to message him anymore. I'm done hearing about his life. Hello. Oh, thanks. So sweet. That's what I've been doing with it. I sent him like a really long message saying like how I felt during that relationship, everything that I felt that I couldn't say to him. I don't want to say it in this video because I think it's a very sensitive topic, but there are certain things that he has inflicted on me and has like put me through. Like, he traumatized me in a lot of ways, and I told him that straight up. And I said, like, it's my last message. A part of me was hoping that he would respond and apologize, because I deserve more than an apology, baby. But I didn't get that, and it's fine. I'm making peace with that right now. A part of me thinks he's gay, but I'm not saying this in like a homophobic sense. A lot of people agree, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to like air out his possible business, and that's not my sexuality to analyze. If he is gay, then perfect. I'm literally gonna support him 100%. If he's just gonna keep hooking around with other girls, that's fine too, because I am happily in love, and it's for y'all to decide if I'm discussing a relationship with somebody or a relationship with myself. It could be both. That's basically like the update, really. I learned a lot throughout this whole like 4 months that I left y'all, and I don't even know what to say. Like, is this series done, I fear? No, because I still want to rant about his dumbass. I hate him so much. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I'm gonna just profit off of these stories, because I cannot believe he did this to me. This cannot be inflicted on me for free. I hope you guys learn from this damn issue, because he has genuinely ruined such a part of me, and I feel like it's hard for me to give myself to somebody else. Like, as much as I want to open myself and be there for someone and love them 100%, because I know how good of a girlfriend I can be, but I feel like I can't even give 50 because I'm just scared to be hurt again. Like, I've built my walls up so like thick and high that I just feel like I don't want to be in a relationship, but I do, and I love it. But I've been struggling with that. It just depends on who you're dating and who your partner is and how they navigate your trauma responses and what leads to certain boundaries being set. And I love how beautiful that is. Like, you guys are rebuilding something that significant other didn't even break. It's not their responsibility, it's definitely yours, but I'm glad that there is patience and there's love in my relationships. That is basically the update. Kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I really wanted this to work. I really wanted to work out with him, my ex. I really wanted things to work out between us. But, you know, sometimes you just have to stop stooping yourself to that level of disrespect. I just feel like I don't want to look down on a person, but I'm gonna look down on him. I don't want to like reach my hand in there and get my hands dirty. I feel as if there's so much ahead of me, and there's so much that I can do, and there's so much people out there that'll build me up as a person. Just his presence alone has brought me down again and again and again. I cannot handle that anymore. I will not heal immediately, but seeing how I was 4 months ago and hearing myself now, it just makes me so hopeful and happy that in the next 4 months again, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna leave y'all for 4 months again, but like in the next 4 months, I could be like way better. You guys can see it within my videos. Like, it's not linear whatsoever. Am I saying I'm fully healed? Fuck no. But eventually you're going to realize it yourself that that situation, that person is not for you whatsoever, and that person does not deserve you. I am so sure that everything you've ever dreamed of, every relationship that you've dreamed of, when you go to bed and you wake up with a smile because your dream was like a faceless man, but you guys had the time of your lives, like, that exists, ma, and with a face. As long as you don't settle for less, and that is easier said than done, mama. I've settled for less way too many times. It really does get better, ma, like, for reals. And it's beautiful that I am glowing, I look better, and he's out here ruining his future. And this is someone's husband. Like, that is someone's husband, and that is a past that I can't accept. I cannot be with someone who did that to a person. I can't be with someone who is doing that for the fucks of it. As much as I respect the whole like having fun, blah 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 blah, like, that is someone's husband, and that is definitely not mine, babe. There you go. Love y'all down. See you in the next video. I wanted to make a video because I look really pretty, and here we go again. Admire me real quick. Okay, so bye, see you in the next vid.